Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm driving to Colorado in a 2022 Toyota RAV4. This is the Off-Road Edition. So it's a little early, but I thought let's knock this out because I'm driving anyways about 300 miles. No, 180 miles. And let's just talk about this RAV4 off-road. So again, early, 6:18, and Colorado right there. Hi, Colorado. All right, over here we have the instrument cluster. Just kind of a little bit nighttime mode because of the just early sunrise here in the prairie. We have 30.6 miles per gallon, which is about average. I'm supposed to average about 28, so I'm right in line. This is 40,460 and starting price of 36,465, if you're curious about that as well. And this is built in Ontario, Canada. Final assembly point. So put this back in the glove box, like so. Here's your infotainment screen. This is a little bit older now with the new Tundra and NX coming out, but it still works pretty good. You just kind of use the buttons here, move around. Okay, you can see, oh, I don't have the app for navigation, but yeah, there's that there. Big controls, big knobs here for the heating and cooling as far as turn temperature up, turn down. I do have heated seats on, which I may just turn down a little bit. No, yeah, then I'll just, a little bit of traction control, that kind of stuff there. I have different drive modes, sport, mud, sand, rock. You push and then you turn. Let's see if it does anything. Oh, there we go. Now we're in. There we go. There's rock and dirt. And then there is your mud and sand. And that just adjusts the torque to each wheel, change the system a little bit, and adjust the throttle response and the brake response. Some cup holders here and a little bit of storage here. Not a ton, but pretty adequate for the size vehicle. Gotta remember, this is a compact SUV, so there's not a lot of room here. I'll show you the rear here in a second. Let's go ahead and get out and talk about this blue and white exterior, which I think you'll find interesting. It's part of that new colors they do. Oh, look at that. Pretty morning here. See, look. Nebraska, Colorado, big change. All right, we have the light blue with the white on top. There is our LED lights. There's our interior there. Around here, TRD on the tires, right? We have some body cladding here and here. Roof rack there. Now, we'll come around the back. There's enough there, but the biggest thing that you can visually see with this RAV4 off-road is going to be right here. As you can see, I have these really thick floor mats, which are nice. There that goes. And then it extends to those seats as well. So I'm going to put up that second row. You can check that out as far as headroom goes. Okay, so I'm going to climb in here. Okay. So one of the things I've said in previous RAV4 videos, still true. I actually like the seating back here, and I do like the front seating. As far as more headroom, this is more roomy back here. The front just feels like it's really tight, even though I've moved that seat around a dozen different ways and different times. Let's go ahead and get on the road and tell you my impressions of driving this Toyota RAV4. Okay, let's get on the road, but before we go, make sure you get some details. 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, 203 horsepower at 6,600 RPMs, 184 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPMs, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I do have dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive, and all the good stuff. Now, I tend to drive all the vehicles I review on this channel and elsewhere in normal driving mode, and same with this one. This is in normal driving mode. There's kind of your 0 to 60. I will say this, it sounds damn impressive, but it's not. it's pretty loud inside this cabin. It's kind of what you'd expect from this type of entry-level SUV. I'd like to be a little bit quieter in the cabin. It is fairly loud. I do have quite a bit of wind noise. I do feel the bumps fairly decent. There's nothing to talk about as far as handling and steering. I mean, it just does okay. It's not the best vehicle I've ever driven. It's interesting. I took a friend of mine for a ride who actually they drive Toyota vehicles. They drive 4Runners. He's looking at buying this, and we're talking about that power delivery on that. And he was making the comment that they don't drive that fast. They very rarely put the pedal to the floor. And I think that's very true. So like in this segment, you know, if you either have a younger family that needs a new reliable vehicle to fit like car seats and stuff with the kids, or you have some empty nesters who are buying this for, you know, inexpensive, good fuel efficiency, good reliability kind of vehicle. And I think both those cases, you're not going to find somebody who's going to romp on the gas all the time, although sometimes those young mothers like to get on the gas. My wife does. But, you know, I'm just saying that if you're going to get on the gas a lot with this, this is not the performance vehicle you want. Now, if you don't drive it aggressively and you drive it fairly slowly, from my point of view, I think you'll find you'll have like a lot to like in this vehicle. I know I've always enjoyed RAV4s. The only thing that, like I said, in this one I don't always love is that I don't like how kind of cramped the seat is and the seating position for me, and I'm 5'7". It's just personal preference. I just like a bigger vehicle, and that's probably my bias showing there. I just like more room. It's one of those things. But again, if I were to buy a vehicle for commuting, if I bought a vehicle for just, you know, just myself and my wife, that was it, this is something I'd definitely look into, because there's a lot to like with this. I mean, agreeably, once I put a bigger tune on the engine, it gets more speed. Yeah! Hey, I hope those are my thoughts. The 2022 Toyota RAV4. This is, like I said, the off-road edition. Check out the videos over here, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.